Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jen from Camglish.com and welcome to another fun and exciting lesson from Exploring English Book 6. This is by Tim Harris and Alan Rowe. We are going to read a long story for today's class and it's about Anne. Okay, so I'm going to read the following and I want you to listen carefully because after me, you're going to read this on your own. Okay? So let's start now. Hello, Anne. Please come in. I got a call from Pinky yesterday telling me all about you, and I've already made some arrangements. The speaker was Mr. Goodbar, the Hollywood agent whose address Dr. Pasto had given Anne in Wickham City. She had taken the bus the night before and was now in Hollywood, but for the life of her, she couldn't figure out who Pinky was. Pinky? She said. Do you mean Dr. Pasto? Yes, Pinky Pasto, explained Mr. Goodbar. Don't tell me Pinky never told you about our tap dancing team. We were known as the 4 fastest feet in show business. I guess that was before your time, my dear. I called him Pinky because he always wore a pink carnation in his buttonhole. Pinky was quite a ladies' man, too. Did he ever tell you about the time we took a dozen showgirls out for a champagne breakfast? No, I don't think he ever mentioned that, said Anne. She found it difficult to imagine quiet, dignified Dr. Pasto the way Mr. Goodbar was describing him. Now, Anne, Mr. Goodbar went on, we've got to work fast. I've arranged a room for you at a small hotel near here. And I've set up a busy schedule for you. At 10 tomorrow, you rehearse your act at the Rainbow Studio. At 12, you have lunch with the director and me. And at 2 o'clock, you have an audition. I've also arranged for you to sing in a small nightclub on Hollywood Boulevard. And you'll be appearing on a local TV program on Saturday. I know it's a heavy schedule, but it's necessary for you to get all the exposure you can as quickly as possible. My, that certainly is a heavy schedule, said Anne. At least I'll be able to relax at night. Now, students, I want you to read this part again, and to do that, you can pause this video for a while, then read. When you're done, you can press play so that we can continue on the next page. Now, let's continue. Oh no, Anne, said Mr. Goodbar. You'll be going to parties every night. That's the most important part. I've arranged it so that you'll be asked to sing, and there's always the chance that someone important might see you. All important business in Hollywood gets done at parties, you know. But Mr. Goodbar, said Anne, I won't have any time to myself. My life won't be my own. That's what it means to be a star, said Mr. Goodbar gently. From now on, you belong to me, the studios, and the public. We're going to give you new clothes, a new hairstyle, and a new name. You'll be a completely different person. Even your friends from Wickham City won't be able to recognize you. But Mr. Goodbar, protested Anne, I'm not sure Don't worry, Anne. You don't have to thank me. I enjoy helping people, and any friend of Pinky's is a friend of mine. Just think, soon you'll be known as Annie Angel, the girl with the sweetest voice this side of heaven. Mr. Goodbar was an excellent agent, with many contacts, and everything happened just the way he said it would. Before she knew it, Anne was living the life of a Hollywood celebrity. All of her time was taken up by parties, TV shows, nightclub performances, interviews, and auditions. In the beginning, she loved it. It was all so new and exciting. At the very first party, she met an aspiring actor, Sterling Strongjaw, who became her regular escort. He was tall, muscular, and very handsome. with wavy blonde hair, deep blue eyes, and a perfect tan. He was a wonderful dancer, and Anne loved the romantic way he looked deep into her eyes. After a while, though, she got tired of the constant activities and all the clever, sophisticated people who never seemed to have anything serious to say. She began to notice little things about Sterling, such as the way he always looked at himself in the mirror and the fact that he never stopped combing his hair. She realized that she had never had a serious conversation with him. As a matter of fact, the only thing he liked to talk about was himself. Anne began to miss her old friends from Wickham City and the long talks she used to have with Johnny. Finally, the night before she was to sign the contract for a national singing tour, the contract she had dreamed about, she decided to have a serious talk with Sterling. Now, students, I want you to read this part again. To do that, you can pause this video for a while and read. When you are done, you can press play so that we can continue in our lesson. Now, these are the first 2 pages of the story about Anne's trip to Hollywood. I want you to read this as much as possible and understand what's happening. Okay? And we will continue this story on our next video. For now, this is the end of our lesson. I hope you learned something. This is Teacher Jen from Camgush.com saying goodbye and see you on your next video. Goodbye!